Tjenare, vad kommer där och välkommen till en ny episod av Game of Thrones här på min kanal. I förra episoden så gav Lord Aten sitt ord mot Lord Whitehill, tror jag han heter. Yes, medan så finns inte att säga, vi har blivit den här kvinnan nu. Och det är där vi kommer fortsätta i den här episoden, så vi kör igång med en gång. Nog snack om saken, nu kör vi. Yes, ska vi se, vi har precis kommit hit, så jag har inte missat så mycket av det där. Om ni har missat de tidigare episoderna så finns det en liten playlist nere i beskrivningen och även på min kanal, på min startsida. Men nu kör vi, rakt igenom. Ingen mer snack om saken. Vem är det där? Det har inte jag riktigt blivit introducerad om vem den här kvinnan vi är just nu är.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena.
Alltså hon verkar ha väldigt mycket souvenirer till folk, som verkar ju ganska speciell på något vis.
To remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
Read.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Yes. Det känns som att hoppa in på den här karaktären lite väl random, för jag har inte hört någonting, jag har ingen aning. Lord Ethan hade man i alla fall hört någonting utav i första episoden. Eller första delen. Den här är liksom... Who the fuck are you, bitch? Okej, det var ju värt att kolla ner där då. Dusty Old Town.
Wonders made by man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick.
Alltså hon verkar ha väldigt mycket grejer ifrån folk.
I hope to see them all someday.
Det kommer. Nej, inte för att jag vet vem det är. Look it.
King's Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Alltså det verkar ju vara någon som kommer ifrån Ironrath från början. Eller i alla fall från något annat ställe. Hon verkar inte vara ifrån det stället hon har vistats på just nu.
To even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Är det där Lady Margaret? Alltså jag fattar inte någonting just nu. Ganska snörigt det.
One moment.
Bra att man ser ett ögonblick innan man öppnar, precis innan man öppnar.
Sorry, my lady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
Nej, jag är ingen i alla fall.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Han ser ut som en slaveboy. Slaveboy.
Begging your pardon, my lady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
Nej, och nu ska jag inte svara som man alltid gör i verkligheten när någon säger den där frågan. Hur mår du? Folk tar för givet att man ska säga att man mår bra då.
You've always been kind to me.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, my lady.
Barnarbete är väl för fan förbjudet. Kanske inte på den där tiden i och för sig.
You work for Lady Marjorie?
Okej, hon är inte Lady Margaret.
I may be wrong.
Obviously.
But it seems like you did.
This is not a good time. I'm her
handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before.
Alltså jag ska vara ärlig mot den där grabben. Han verkar fan schysst alltså.
I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning. Outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but...
Why are you telling me this?
I heard them arguing about House Forrester and...
House Forrester?
I thought you'd like to know. Forgive me if I was mistaken. I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. Most people don't tend to notice a call boy. Not in King's Landing with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, milady.
Så pass. Boobies.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss. From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I
Väldigt
can
empatisk,
say,
nästan
especially here in
obehagligt
King's Landing,
empatisk.
now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very
Why
pleased
would
with
she
herself.
do that?
What does she intend to do?
She intends to make you miserable, knowing that will make me miserable as well.
Varför ser hon glad
She
ut när hon säger det?
demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not
I'm nothing to
important.
apologize for.
I cannot apologize, my lady. I'm not a traitor.
I know you're not, but you must find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Okej, så jag ska skämta för henne.
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
Ska jag agera joker?
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel
Okidoki.
one thing, but you must say another.
Du ska ljuga alltså.
Good luck.
Så jag ska inte säga det jag känner för. Ja, det är det hon menar. Så jag ska alltså säga någonting som jag inte känner för. Okej. Nu ska vi göra precis som hon säger då. Okej. Nu ska vi säga någonting som jag inte tänker säga. Nej, det är ju han dvärgen. Han har jag sett från tv. Jag har sett han på tv i tv-reklamen. Han har sett dvärgen där borta. Han är med i nya X-Men-filmen, by the way. Det är för han som spelar Game of Thrones TV.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Jag vet.
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace?
Yo,
With your
bitch.
permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Okej, hon är från... Okej, Orange. Nilbefår här.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
Tackar!
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Det är klart.
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
It's one
He's
truth.
not here, is he?
Our loyalty
She is.
never...
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true king.
What? Nu kanske jag valde fel.
One true king. Yet she didn't say which. The girl is clever.
She only
I
meant...
don't care what she meant. I care what she said.
Fuck?
I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the North.
If you would give her the chance to explain...
Perhaps she can explain why the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
Du... I agree, Your Grace.
Yes, Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord.
Okej, jag ska säga allting emot det jag ville så.
Easily. Is it any wonder you were so impertinent
Okej,
to
det var
ask
inget
which king
häftigt svar
deserves
alls.
your loyalty? If you have any loyalty at all.
Det är klart.
Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
He was the new warden. Rose also...
He is the
Jag vet
warden
inte vad jag
of
ska
the
svara.
North, Your Grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
The girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions while in fact saying nothing at all.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forrester Ironwood does
Yes,
seem
Your
rather
Grace.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you?
Nej.
Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
There
There are limits, Your Grace.
Perhaps, but not if your house faces potential ruin.
Alltså jag stör mig på den där bitch.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the wall? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I'm sure she regrets it.
I'm sure she regrets it.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Så den där är...
Loyalty
den
can
är
be
så
such a
dryg.
hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure
Vete
she
kvar.
The
would...
girl answer the question.
Byter
I
ut
would be
the king.
true to the king, Your Grace.
Verkar som att det är det hon vill höra.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's
Shut the fuck up, bro.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Okej, det är okej.
Of course, Your Grace.
Du är ful.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his
My
loss.
family is in danger. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first
I don't like
impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I was trying to appease her.
I think that was clear to everyone. My sister
saw
and
it,
I
Lord.
have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats.
You
Boats
could help
need wood,
my
and
family.
I speak for
What
the
it is.
crown in this
What it is.
regard, not her.
What are you suggesting?
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous. In fact, forget I even suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you?
Of course I am.
I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival.
I hope we meet again. Han var faktiskt ganska trevlig när han väl pratade med han öga mot öga och inte han satt och dryga upp på sin tro.
Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Det där är en väldigt stel karaktär vad jag märker.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has
I read it and not discuss it. It went well.
More than a little intimidating.
Jag vet inte riktigt om jag ska säga att det gick så jävla bra, men
That's relief. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
I mean, do.
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told
You get us in trouble.
You'll get us in trouble.
We're just having some fun.
Du har.
Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands.
Det var så
Although,
coolt.
marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him.
Not for you.
And he's always treated Lady Marjorie well. Which is more than you can say for his mother.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden.
Gold digger!
Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing?
Hon gold digger och jag håller inte med.
Well,
I was doing nothing.
I told her to stop, my lady.
Haha!
this is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira.
Soft.
I'm just glad it's over.
Maybe,
King's
baby.
Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
That is right. Yes.
Once you are
I'm
queen,
off it.
the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly. Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family.
Den där Bolton verkar
I do
inte som en trevlig
appreciate your
snubbe.
willingness to appease her, as difficult as
Det
it
är som att
may
alla
be.
hotar med Bolton.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
Ask for her help.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
I prefer to speak alone. Sarah Alltså hon verkar vara en jävligt flummig brud. Som inte riktigt kan. Verkar som. Alltså som inte kan knipas. Som bara går runt och pratar om allt. Inte för att vara sån, men hon verkar faktiskt vara sån.
Go on.
My mother needs our help. Joffrey.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks. And now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire? Joffrey will not look favorably on such a request.
Dire.
It is that dire, my lady. I fear for my family's safety.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Jag adorar Python.
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Oh, blah, 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 blah. Yes, och där bryter vi den här episoden för nu är det karaktärsbyte. Glöm, alltså jag vet inte vad jag ska säga om den här episoden. Den var lite halvdan, den var lite seg sådär. Eller den där delat. Men ni får inte glömma att klicka på gilla-knappen om ni redan såg. För jag gillar verkligen det här spelet. Det är Telltale Games och det kan inte bli så mycket bättre. Det är Game of Thrones och ingenting jag har sett på tv än. Men det kommer säkert bli nu när jag har spelat. Glöm inte att klicka på gilla-knappen som sagt. För det har mig så sjukt mycket. För då vet jag om ni vill ha mer Game of Thrones. Så får vi höras i nästa video. Tack och hej, lera på stay. Booyah.
Father and brother.
Yo, dog.
Lord Forrester was no friend to me.
Shake his hand.
My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself.
Du, mannen.